I mean, do you feel like you live narratives? I mean, isn't that kind of a truism that of modern times that we're living narratives and sometimes I guess the contemplative Buddhist sort of tradition is and the Stoics say there's liberation actually through breaking the bonds of those stories and
Hmm.
seeing clearly how we're just living our thoughts, living stories rather than living what is actually happening.
Not so sure, but I would think maybe there's a power in the sense that you feel a part of something bigger or
Yeah.
keeping a tradition alive, and that makes you feel less lonely and more connected
Yeah, for
with
sure.
the world and the past. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, the just like the mysteries of Eleusis in those Greek tragedies, the whole community, yeah, felt very strongly. These were stories
mm,
they already knew very well, and people maybe
mm,
they could identify with or they could understand very well, and that they
mm,
felt a palpable relationship
mm,
with. And there was a palpable
mm,
relationship that those stories and those personages had in their lives.
mm. Yeah, and I would feel maybe a sense of that would make most people happier and more connected.
Yeah, of
And
course.
I'm not sure with what you mentioned with the modern stuff, it kind of breaking apart from those stories, like what it's we've talked about a lot, but what it's going to be replaced with, and we don't really seem to have something adequate yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it does seem very good to train yourself and to find techniques so that you can break some really negative stories and a
Mhm,
lot of stories about success or failure or comparing yourselves to others that can be implicitly very isolating. Like even a success story that you're not living up to, even if you were living up to it in your life. I mean, you could feel good in some way, but some of that would be, besides, sort of fulfilling real needs rather than going beyond that, uh, is ego and comparing yourselves to others.
mhm,
You know, being successful is usually means doing better than others, not merely. I mean, there's like a reinterpretation of that maybe, but
mhm,
maybe a lot of success stories though are just a lot of it is like doing better than others,
mhm,
doing materially well, so that, in a way that others can see and sort of give you recognition for that can
mhm,
distinguish you among others. But that is, yeah, that is isolating, rather than feeling all together in the same narrative. And it is in these narratives, in these Greek plays, or maybe it's not about there's a circularity to the fact that yeah, you already know the story so well, you're just singing the song again, but it's not like yeah, the end and the beginning kind of tie together maybe in some way. And that seems to have something to do with maybe immortality, how the end is the beginning